Welcome veterans, I'm Kate, the CEO of VetComm, and I'm also a 90% disabled Marine Corps veteran, joined today by one of our VetComm success stories, Major Jim Bottrell. He was kind enough to let us stop by and share his story, and a bit about how his experience with VetComm helped him through some lingering service-related issues. This is worth your 5 minutes to hear about how we can help you get up to $3,000 a month.
Hello veterans, yes, I want to jump in and tell you my story. Because if it helps inspire even just one of you to go get your disability rating, available treatment, and the compensation you are owed, it's all worth it to me.
Thank you so much, Jim. Maybe tell these veterans a little bit about your journey to ultimately being rated at 80% and collecting more than $2,000 a month.
Well, the short story is, I wasn't rated at all for a long time, for the same reason many of my fellow veterans haven't been rated. I believed I didn't need the help, because I was tough, I was proud, and I always thought there were other veterans that needed the money and treatment more than me. Then a buddy actually tricked me into going to the disabled veterans office. While in the waiting room, a young man came in and sat down beside me. He had no legs, only titanium prosthetics. I immediately thought, this guy needs it way more than me, and I got up and I walked out. Later, I finally returned to the VA and was rated at 30%. And I was fine with this until Kate convinced me that I was underrated and my main disability, being PTSD, was not even claimed.
I remember this clear as day, Jim. You were worried, like so many of our other veterans, that if you were rated for PTSD, that you would lose your firearms, right? And you quite frankly did not want to talk about the service-related events that led you to have PTSD symptoms in the first place.
Yeah, I thought if I had any rating for PTSD that I'd lose my firearms. Deal breaker. Thankfully, you showed me where that wasn't the case. And of course, talking to you about this kind of stuff may feel invasive, and I really didn't want to talk about my issues nor what led to them, so I didn't want to pursue it.
You know what? Jim, could you please tell these veterans watching now about your experience with the claim filing process using VetComm services?
Yeah. Well, when I did my first claim years ago, after waiting 11 years, it was a ton of paperwork, and it took a long time, and it was a huge hassle, and I only got rated at 30%. On the other hand, 5 years after that, with VetComm, I did the workbook and we filed the next day, and I reached an 80% rating in just a couple of months. I chose the gold membership level because I wanted someone to do it for me. But lots of my buddies have used VetComm Disability FastPass video guide and have also been rated doing it on their own. So each their own.
Thanks for that positive feedback. Now, maybe tell our veteran viewers how it was for you when you went to the PTSD exam. Your experience would help them understand the process and ease their resistance to filing a PTSD claim, or really any claim for that matter.
Well, I'll tell you this, it was 100% worth filing. At the appointment, the doctor asked me many questions that really hit home. I learned that things like me repeatedly waking up at night to check on my daughters was a thing called hypervigilance that came from my time in service, being deployed and at war. Over there in war, they often use kids as shields and as weapons, and it really affected me more than I ever admitted to anybody. Every veteran watching this needs to understand that before this little bit of closure, I was awake most nights for years, letting this take its toll on my life, and it just didn't have to. Don't be like I was, be better, and don't suffer unnecessarily on your own like I did for years. So my advice, if you take it, is to sign up with VetComm, get your rating, start the healing process for your life after service to our country.
That was a really great message about your experience. It was the same for me. I actually waited, I think, 18 years to file my claim for MST. We have a mission to help veterans plagued by MST and PTSD. VetComm donates to veteran charities that support our mission to help reach veterans in need. And you yourself donate to charities through your business, I believe, right? So how did it make you feel to know that we donate to 3 major charities with the memberships that our veterans choose?
Well, I was amazed that VetComm is a company that helps veterans, takes none of their back pay, and also helps us all pay it forward to help vets in need. Personally, I love the Valor Farms PTSD Ranch charity that you've chosen to support. It's in my heart to help veterans with PTSD, and I think that's what you guys do is amazing.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. If you're still thinking that you don't deserve these benefits or believe there's someone else who is more deserving because they're worse off than you, I'm here to tell you that you are deserving. But even more so, you are owed these benefits and compensation payments. You may even be thinking it's a hassle, or it's too hard, or maybe you need a bunch of documents. Wrong again.
You've most likely been told that you need your DD-214 and your medical records and your service records and a pile of paperwork, but that's not the case any longer. Thankfully, because when I did the first time, there was literally a mountain of paperwork. Now all you need to do is follow VetComm's Disability FastPass video guide and file your claim yourself, or with one of the Done With You or the Done For You memberships.
Now just think, most veterans get more than a 50% rating, which is almost $1,000 a month. If you've waited for even 1 year, you've let our government keep about $12,000 of your money.
Well, in my case, because I waited so long, I left nearly $500,000 on the table. So what are you waiting for? Don't be like me. Every day you wait, you miss out on hundreds or possibly thousands of dollars of compensation money every single month. So do it now. Get what you're owed. It's 100% worth filing.
Don't wait another day, another hour, not even another minute. Get rated with VetComm today.
Will you be the next success story?